And then he just broke some news for us. Frank Reich to the Panthers.
Yeah, that just popped up as well, man. So I like my man's on it. He is on it, man. Absolutely.
You got any take on that?
I mean, I hope it works out for the Panthers. When you keep going through coach after coach, you hope that one of them hit. We know Frank Reich was just in a similar role as a head coach in a situation that, depending on how you looked at it, you might think that the Colts had a better roster or a better situation initially, but we'll see what he does in this Carolina Panthers situation. For me, I'm still kind of iffy with it just because I don't get like overly enamored with the coach that failed and then get him another spot and see if he could pass like right away. That's just me personally. But I hope it works out for him though. Honestly, man, we'll see how it goes. I wonder what they're going to do with Steve Wilkes. Do they keep him on the staff? Because I know he was also the big part of why they turned it around and even why they were winning the way that they were down the stretch.
You're right.
And I know he was in consideration. So now that they did go Frank Reich instead of him, yeah, where do you go with that? I think he's an asset. You clearly see that, but that's a hard sell sometimes, But we'll see.
Especially with the players responding to Wilkes.
Yeah, because you could make a case that he finished better than how Frank did in terms of them both getting opportunities this season at the head coaching realm.
For sure this season. Yeah. I do think Reich is a pretty damn good coach. I think he got a raw deal up in Indy. Ended up with a winning record throughout all that. The Jacoby Brissett, the Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, that whole like quarterback carousel. Yeah. It's like I still think he's a pretty good coach. And I'm not surprised that he got this opportunity. I just didn't know if it was going to be literally the year after. Whereas like Peterson, he got fired from the Eagles. He took a year off. Right. I didn't know how it was going to be with Reich.
Most of the time it feels like you get that year of like, all right, cool off, go back to the lab. But for him, it's just like, all right, we hopping right back in this thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope it works out. And for Carolina, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying you're desperate, but to an extent, you feel like that when you look at the fact that you've gone through multiple coaches now and you still haven't found that guy just yet that, we kind of, like we talk about here in Pittsburgh, to the point where you can at least start it, just, I don't want to say take advantage of, but just, you just get overly comfortable with them being here. I don't feel like they've come close to that since Ron Rivera has been gone. So it makes sense. I hope it does, at least for them.
Outside of Jim Harbaugh and Sean Payton.
And Payton said he's staying in the booth.
Is he?
Yeah, he said, I thought that was a report, that he was going to stay in the booth for at least 1 year.
Wow.
At least one more year, and then decide to look again.
Didn't like his options.
Yeah.
He's just preying on Brandon Staley's demise.
Well, y'all was all trying to write him off. What we said was like, oh, I don't think they're going to just fire that man, bro. Like, nah.
I feel like they should have. They used the OC as the scapegoat.
Yeah, because you still want some type of continuity, man. Not everything is just change it after 2 seasons, change it, man, because then you just never get any progress.
But no, outside of those two, who's next? I would put Frank Reich and like a Brian Flores in that next tier of coaching candidates. Yeah. So I feel like Carolina got a good guy.
Yeah.